Hello everyone, this is the second part in the series of understanding the product costing process flow. So we are going to understand today the types of cost in product costing. There are different terminologies when it comes to the product costing, right? So these are the cost like a standard cost, preliminary cost, simultaneous cost, and actual cost. So we will try to understand this basically theoretically, and then in the coming videos we are going to link this whatever we understand in this chapter here, right? So let's start. So the first thing is called the standard costing. Standard cost is basically the plan cost for one quantity of your product. If you want to manufacture your product FG2, let's say this is our product. So if you want to manufacture this product, one quantity of this product, how much this is going to cost to you. So again, this is kind of a plan cost only. But when you are calculating it for one particular quantity, then this is called a standard cost. So let's say for you to produce one quantity of this FG, you are going to consume three quantity of raw material. The one quantity has the price 100, right? So total how much this will be? This is a 300. Similarly, you are going to use 5 hours of labor, and per hour it costs 30. And for machine 2 hours, and per hour the cost of running machine is 50 rupees, let's say. So this way, this is the cost. And on top of this cost, you're going to apply 10% overhead, factory overhead. So this is how much? This is 550. So 10% is 55, right? So now total, this is called the standard cost for this material for one quantity, or you can say COGM. So this price will be updated in material master. Okay, standard price. So this we understood, right? So now let's understand the second term, which is called the preliminary cost, right? So I'll just copy the same table here. Now we are talking about the two number cost, which is preliminary cost. Okay, if we want to produce 10 quantity of this material, so where do you mention this 10 quantity? Or let's say X quantity, any quantity, 10, 20, 1000, whatever it is. So this we mention in the production order, right? So when you are creating a production order, you're saying this uh, produce 10 quantity of this material. So then what will happen here? The quantity will multiply with this quantity, right? So for one quantity, to produce one quantity, you require three quantity of raw material, 5 hours of labor, 2 hours of machine. So for 10 quantity, this will be 10 multiplied by 3 is 30, and 10 multiplied by 5 is 50, 2 multiplied by 10 is 20. And on this total, we are going to calculate the overhead. So 5,500, so 10%, this will be 550. Right, so per order, how much you are getting? This is called the preliminary cost. So if you see this thing, this is very straightforward, like for one quantity, how much it is going to cost. And this is per order quantity. The quantity is mentioned in the production order. Okay, for those quantity, how much it is going to cost, the COGM. So basically, if you see here, it is called the plan quantity multiply by plan rate. Why plan rate? Because standard cost, right? This rate, anyway, this rate where we are getting when we are calculating the standard cost for one product, this cost we are getting somewhere we do the planning, okay, activity planning, and for material we are getting this cost from the material master itself. In the accounting tab we have price, right? Standard price. But these rates we are getting from somewhere where we have planned. Basically, this is called KP26. We plan the rate, right? From there we are getting the rate. This is plan. So here the quantity also plan, because we have planned for this one order. We are going to use these many quantities of these components, and this will be the price. How you say this price? This is plan. Again, this is plan only, right? In material master, if I see this rate, this is plan only. Correct. So plan quantity multiplied by plan rate. This is called the um this is your preliminary cost per order. This is for one quantity. This is for 10 quantity. Correct. Okay, so we understood the second type of cost, which is called the preliminary cost. Now let's try to understand the third one, which is called the simultaneous cost. So the third number cost, we call it a simultaneous cost. Okay, simultaneous cost, when you actually realize that how much quantity or how much resource you have consumed for this particular order, for this, let's say, bunch or the lot of 10 quantities. Let's say when we started issuing the goods to the production department, instead of 30 which was planned, we are going to issue 35 for some reason. And when they started production, they have utilized labor hours 55 instead of 50 which was planned. Machine hours, we planned that it is going to take 20 hours, but let's say we completed within 15 hours, right? So how much this is the cost? This is 5,900. So 10% of this 5,590. So this is my cost now I'm getting COGM. This is called the simultaneous cost. So what is happening here? Here quantity is actual, right? This is no more now plan, because we have utilized this much quantity. When we started the production, we have realized, and this much the hour of machine labor is required, and this much quantity of the raw material component is required. So now this is the actual quantity, but the rate is still plan rate, right? We don't know, because this all thing is happening during the month. So during the month, whatever the transaction we do, that is based on the plan rate only. So I will recommend that you watch my old video. Few months back I have released in the, you can find it in the controlling topics playlist, wherein I have explained product costing from start to end in the layman language, very simple, keeping SAP aside. So wherein I have discussed like the fundamental of product costing, there are three steps basically. The first one is planning, and then we have actuals like say expense booking, revenue, all these things, sale, purchase, all this. And then we have variance, WIP, settlement. So planning when we do beginning of the month, and actual during the month, and variance, WIP calculation, settlement, all these things we do end of the month, right? So these are the basically three steps. And so all these things are happening, these things are happening during the month. Based on what? Based on the plan. where we did the plan, we did in KP26. This plan, let's say plan we have done in KP26. We will see this in detail when we start demo SAP. So the simultaneous cost, the quantity we have confirmed that this is actual, but quantity is multiplied with the plan rate only still. So that's why this is a simultaneous cost. All right. So, all right. So now we'll see the fourth one, which is called the actual cost. So all these things which we are understanding in theoretical manner, we are going to link all these things when we start production cycle in SCP. All right. So on that particular step, we are going to back and refer these terminologies which we are going to discuss here now. So this thing we will then understand. So then you can better link it. But now just try to understand theoretically at least. So this is number 4, actual cost. And this is number 3. All right. So what is the actual cost basically? Actual cost, let's say during the month or at the end of the month, we have realized that labor per hour costing 35, whereas we have planned that this will cost 30 as per the planning, but now when we are calculating the actual, so then we realize that this is costing 35, and machine hours, let's say it is costing 60 hours, 60 rupees per hour, right? Hours we can't change because this is already actualized here in, right, in the simultaneous cost. But in the actual cost, when we are doing the month end other steps, then we realize this cost is going to change from planning to the actual cost. Okay, material cost, this is not going to change. Why? Because you can't change it manually, right? This cost is coming from the material master with the price indicator S, standard price. There we have maintained this price 100 for this raw material. So this will be 100 only, even though if there is any change also. So basically what you can say, even though we are saying it is actual cost, but this is not 100% true, because one component is still on standard price, right? Which is your raw material. Okay, so we can say this is a actual quantity, actual rate. But yeah, just remember this thing in mind that raw material is still on the standard cost. So 100% we can't say it's actual cost. If you want to get 100% actual cost means, for that what we need to do, we need to get the RM actual cost. How do we get RM actual cost? For that we need to run material ledger, CKML CP transition point. So we will see this in the process. Okay, so true actual price only you will get when you run the material ledger. It can only be achieved using material ledger in SAP S/4HANA. Okay, now I have explained this theoretically. Okay, let me remove this. So this is updated in the material master, and now I'm going to delete this to free up the space. Now let me tell you at what stage we can see this price, right? I've explained in theoretical, but in SAP, when we execute the production cycle, there are a number of steps, right? As we have discussed here, these are the steps. So when we are discussing these steps, in which step you can see that this is a simultaneous cost, this is preliminary cost, this is simultaneous cost, and this is the actual costs. Okay. And when you can see this is the standard price. So basically when you run CK11N, this is called the standard cost estimate. That time system is going to update the standard price and material master. Which material master? Finished product, right? And then you create products on order. At that time, you go to your products on order like CO03 or COR3 in case of process order. Then go to cost, then go to analysis. We will see in SAP later. So we'll just understand now up to here only. So this, when you go to cost analysis, you will see here system will automatically calculate all these costs, and this will be mentioned as plan cost. Okay, this will be mentioned as plan cost. In SAP won't say it's preliminary cost, but we have to understand that this is preliminary cost only. But in SAP, in order display cost analysis, if you see, this will show as plan cost only. This is nothing but the preliminary cost. All right. And then when we see the simultaneous cost, this also you can see in the same way. Go display the order, go to cost and then analysis. There also you can see this. But at what point of time you can see this? So what we are saying here, we are saying actual quantity multiplied by plan rate means this quantity has to be changed now. Earlier it was 30, 50, 20. Now it has changed. So when this will change? RM quantity, when this will change? When you do the goods issue to production order. That time this quantity will change. And labor, machine hours and all, this is called the activity confirmation. So these are two different process we need to execute. Then only will come to know this. Okay. And anyway, this effective overhead is same, but yeah, this is also changing, right? Based on this base amount. So this we will do the overhead rate calculation. This is part of month end. That time we will come to know. Now this is called the simultaneous cost. Okay. Even though in the cost analysis you will see as plan cost only this one, but this will be considered as a simultaneous cost in the order analysis, in the cost analysis. Right. So okay. Now coming to the actual cost, basically. When do you see the actual cost? So same path, basically. To see all these things, we are seeing it at order level only, right? All these types of costs we are seeing at the order level only. Okay. So here you do goods receipt. Material is produced now and we are going to receive in the inventory as FG material. That time we have to post the goods receipt. Okay, that time there's one more column called actual in the analysis cost analysis screen. So all the values will be updated under the actual when you do the goods receipt. Okay, and then we do the variance calculation or WIP calculation. That time the actual will be updated. Until these steps, like until goods receipt, you won't see the actual value, you will only see the plan value. Okay. Yeah, basically not actual value. During the goods receipt, you will see it as target. Okay, target cost. Target cost basically. So the target cost is used for variance calculation. Also leave it for now. Okay, so yeah, actual cost. Now we are getting the actual cost because we are receiving the goods receipt and okay, so now here we are saying it is actual quantity and actual rate. But as I said, this is not the actual in the true manner. That actually we will get when we do the material ledger run, right? So this is all, and this is all we are going to link when we do the production cycle start. We do the production order creation, and then goods issue, and then activity confirmation, goods issue, and all these things we will see. All right, thank you so much for watching. We will meet in the next video. Till then, bye. Thank you.